Good morning, guys. It is February 16th. It's going to be about 72 to 75 degrees today. It's going to be a beautiful day to get out here and work on my garden. As you can tell, the weeds have taken over my garden. Last weekend, I was able to mow the yard, but the weeds have just taken over. I want to show you exactly what a harsh winter can do. We had really bad ice storm in January, and it broke off lots of limbs off my trees that I have to do something with. If you look up there in the trees, you can see where they just broke off. They just snapped. I'm going to insert some footage here and show you how the ice was this winter. I lost lots of tree branches in my backyard, and also lost quite a few on my front yard tree. So I've got to cut all this up and get it all picked up. Here is my front yard. Oops, my front yard. You can't even see the neighbor's house now because the limbs are almost touching the ground. See where we lost a couple there. Yeah, I just got a big old bald spot. And show you how big around that limb is. It's pretty big. I sure don't want to go out there because I don't think they're through falling down. It's going to melt probably pretty fast. The sun's out. Okay, this is my backyard. As you can see, it's kind of, right now it's kind of raining a little bit. So I came over here to check on my cable boxes. Definitely, I thought, uh-oh, somebody's been in my box, but you look at this cable right here, it's broke. So I'm going to have to call the cable people out. Walk over here. I just hope none of these branches decide to break off when I'm over here, but there's the branch that broke off. It probably broke my solar panels. I had some solar panels right here that power my shed, and I'm sure that those are probably busted now, but that's the limb that broke off, and obviously there's the cable right here. I have no internet. Yeah, look at this. How thick the ice is on there, on that cable. Ice on these trees. It's pretty. Probably pretty dangerous. I have a feeling this is meant because it's supposed to rain on and off all day through the night, so here is another angle of all the weeds that I have in my flower beds, in my garden. I mean, the weeds have just taken over. What I don't understand is I have a weed barrier layer underneath this gravel, and as you can see right here, I just pulled this up. So I have this weed barrier under there, have had it there for about the last 8 years, and this year it hadn't worked, obviously, because I have really bad weeds. So I'm going to have to pull these up. I try not to spray because I try to have an organic garden. So this is a lot of just picking weeds. Now, I want to show you something else. This is one of the tree branches that fell. And I will show you the footage there because it landed on my solar panels over there. And I've not been able to get back there to see. I don't know that they're broke, but I need to check that out. Now, the ice storm was so bad that our city actually allowed 4 different locations for us to take branches. However, I didn't get all of mine cut up and taken before they quit taking the branches still. So when I would take a load of branches, I would also pick up branches. So, not branches, but people were throwing away nice firewood. This would be great. So I would take a load of branches like this and I would pick up logs. So this is everything that I picked up that I've got to get my chainsaw out and process. But that, on top of, if you look up here, you can tell what's not dead that I've added. So I've added all of that to my wood pile. That was just free wood. So over the next few weeks, I'm going to be cutting this up. I'm going to obviously have to put it in a different pile because that pile right there is full. So a lot of work ahead, just getting all this cut up and all my weeds, as you can tell, all my weeds picked up. There's another branch that I've got to get rid of. So a lot of work just in the backyard. I do have some volunteer cilantro right there growing. And then I still have some onions that I haven't picked. They're actually coming along really nice. This year I'm going to spend some time I'm going to paint my fence over there. That fence is in dire need of a paint job. And actually my little shed, let me get over here. My little shed is fading, so I'm going to paint the fence the same color as the shed, so I'll be painting the shed this year too.